Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Deckprofile time on Tatsym, its channel.
Yo guys,
Man, what a
welcome
word.
back. I
Yeah.
got Lithium on here. We have probably all seen him play the deck that's right in front of us, Monarchs, at the Duel Links invitation, remote duel invitation. And there's been so much hype about this. I wanted to talk to the man himself about this. And yeah, you went to the final, all the way to the final.
Yeah.
After
Yeah,
three very cool matches.
Yeah, it was strange. I mean, the first opponent, Dinosaurs, then it was Infernal Knights from Gabriel. I mean, a lot of big names, actually, as well. And then Shaddolls, the third
Yeah, exactly.
match, also Dragon Link, the winner
And,
of last year. So, but
and
I was lucky.
From the stream, it was looking like you were just staring through them without them being able to do anything.
Yeah, that's the thing with the deck. You don't want to give your opponent chances to play. But
Exactly.
I mean, the other decks do the same, right? But
exactly.
just different way.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into the deck real quick. We all know the ratios by now, probably. But there's some things that I want to point out, and after that, we're gonna do a small discussion where I'm gonna ask some questions to Lithium as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. So yeah, Ether of course is at 3 right now, just the main play of the deck. Erebus at 3 as well. You're still playing Kuras as the only really disruption.
Yeah, definitely. 1 is enough. I mean, 2 is a staple, I guess, for the extra deck variant. But extra deck Monarchs is, I mean, Domain is just better in today's format. And Kuras, you definitely need one to interrupt with your, at least, to interact with your opponent during their turn with Aether. So 1 Kuras is good. Yeah. I won't suggest 2 or more. 1 is fine. The perfect.
Exactly. Some a little bit of a more classic ratio from back in the day.
Yeah,
right, and the one of Majesty's Fiend. Only 1?
Yes. Yeah, 1 is fine. Because Vanity's Fiend is better, except the biggest downside is, as you know, it's not a target for Tenacity. But and that's why Majesty is in there, because it is a target for Tenacity to reveal, and it's searchable off of return. So 1 is fine, because it kind of is like Vanity's Fiend, except not really, right? I mean, it's also a big floodgate, but Vanity's Fiend as a whole is better. But the fact that it's searchable makes Majesty's Fiend a one-off, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. And 3 Vanity's Fiend also makes sense, of course, because he has 1200 defense. He's not an actual Monarch.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, I mean, in today's format, basically every deck is and that's the TCG format, like a hard combo, Helgi Fibrex, Link Cross, multiple special summons, and most decks don't really main out in the first duel, maybe like in permanence, but that's why March is there, which is searchable. So I mean, it's a game winner next to Domain.
Exactly.
Again, ignorant cards. Just again, don't let your opponent play. It's very easy. Let's say if your opponent has like Gamma or Impermanence, you can just go for something like Red Layer or the Monarch Trap, and then go for Vanity's Fiend and go from there.
Exactly. This is how you closed out so many games in the tournament as well. Exactly. Each game that I saw, it was just like, Vanity's Fiend, Domain, good luck.
And it proved to be worth just go for it against your opponent.
Exactly. 2 Red Layers as a tribute summon fodder. Of course, we've seen that before in the deck as well.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, maybe it's not too common for Domain, but it's a beat stick in worst case scenario. It can be a tribute monster if you absolutely don't have any tribute monster. So it's very versatile. It can be a tribute fodder, tribute monster, and somewhat of a beat stick. And very important, it's something to play around Gamma and Impermanence, because again, it's not using up your normal summon. So that's why it's in there.
Yeah, something that I was noticing as well, indeed, is when you were playing the deck, that when you normal summon your Eidos, which is the next card we're playing at 3, and he gets stopped by a Gamma or by an Imperm, then it's just done for you, right?
Yeah, the duel, I mean, the turn is pretty much over unless escalation, but I feel that's a side deck card. But it's definitely, if you know you're going first, like game 2 or game 3, I think I always sided in escalation, just in case, like Impermanence or Ash Blossom on Idea. Then you want to have the escalation if you happen to be able to search it. To, again, be ignorant during your opponent's turn, and escalation, Vanity's Fiend, that might save you the duel.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you've adapted to that with the deck. You're also playing 1-for-1, which came in clutch as well, because again, one hand trap stops you, but those cards will make you play.
Yeah, I actually opened that a lot, even though there were only like 4 matches. I think I opened 1-for-1 4 times. that's a lot for, right, a one-off.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it does a lot. It doesn't waste your normal summon, immediately gets both AD and Eidos for next turn, the double tribute summon, first turn and the turn after. Yeah, the card is busted. Plus it forces out Blossom if they have it, which happened a couple of times. Yeah, same for Foolish.
Yeah, exactly. Foolish is in there as well for the sending the Idea, using it, their effect on the graveyard. Alright, and 3 Pantheism, which you were quite happy about. Understandable.
Yes, unbelievable. They finally brought this guy back.
It's such a strong card.
The thing with this deck, and I had it happen actually a lot, like during the 4 matches today and yesterday, is that my opponents asked, are you allowed to activate Pantheism again? You know, right? Its search effect is once per turn, but its draw effect is actually not once per turn, and that's what makes this card ridiculous if you think about it.
Yeah, it's such a strong card. Adding it back with Idea as well, using it multiple times per turn.
It definitely raises the consistency of the deck, but that doesn't take away that you want to go first. If again, like in the finals, when I saw I lost the dice roll, I was like, yeah, I lost. I can't win this one.
Exactly.
No way, unless of course he bricks. But I mean, any 2-card combo in today's format is basically full combo and multiple negations, right?
Exactly. So losing the die roll for this deck really is difficult.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right, triple tenacity, consistency, upstart for consistency, Stormfort at 3 also makes sense. Such a powerful card.
Yep, but it's of course much different compared to 2016, where Stormfort Aether was super important.
Yeah.
But you definitely feel that it's somewhat different compared to back then. Stormfort is still ridiculous, but I mean the power creep is definitely it changed.
Yeah.
But still, Stormfort is a staple.
Yeah, it's super representative as well, because, back then this deck was just insane. Pure as well, not even extra deck. But nowadays, you have it full power and it does so little. Well, you proved it does a lot, but you get where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
So 1 March to protect Divinity's Fiend. Were you ever Lightning Stormed in the tournament? Or
can you repeat the question?
Were you ever Lightning Stormed in the tournament?
No, I wasn't. But I was feeling comfortable because I thought that most decks wouldn't really main and really side deck the cards. Maybe like Invoked, like the French player was playing. He I believe side decked the card. But nope. And I know that Lightning Storm is a huge deal for the deck, so I already knew when he was in top 4, and if he would win his top 4 match, then also my chances to win would have been very slim, because Dogmatica, with Nadir popping my domain, for example, and of course he was drawing very good, and we knew that he had Lightning Storm, which tears apart like my back row. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
But that's something what I was thinking about is maybe side deck Solemn Judgment as well, but I'm not sure if I want to go that far.
Yeah, I'll go like the all-out anti. But of course, if you have the March, it's a lot of protection as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, triple return consistency to triple domain consistency on the Prime at 2, 3 bricks, right?
What do you mean with bricks? Or which cards?
With the Prime Monarch, the last card in the deck.
The Prime. Yeah, indeed. It's I mean, back in like 2016, where the games were most of the time really grindy in the mirror match, the Monarch mirror match, or Cosmo, for example, you definitely needed a third because of the draw, send back 2, draw 1.
Yeah.
But now that really doesn't really come up. So 2 is fine. I mean, again, the format is just too fast for
for the grind game.
Yeah, indeed. It's either hit or miss.
Yeah. Okay. So in the side deck, I saw a lot of spicy cards as well, which is really interesting. Your only hand trap is in there. It's Nibiru.
Yeah, correct. Because the thought process is really simple. It's again, you want to go first. I first had Hash Blossom in there as well, but then you're thinking like, if I play against Infernal One Knights or Dragon Link, what is Ash Blossom going to? Even Nibiru, what's Nibiru going to? They can play around Nibiru. If I use Nibiru, they will just go for Helgi and go from there. Put up multiple negations as well. So that's the reason why. First of all, I'm not main decking any hand traps to again make the deck as consistent as possible going first. But if I go second, I might have the Nibiru just in case, right? Nibiru and Evenly were the cards that I side-decked in the most, I think. Same for Escalation.
Makes sense. You're only going second cards.
Yeah, indeed.
So the one Shaddolls, was that for time?
No. It's maybe game number 2 or probably 3 when you're again going first. You might want to have this card to take a look at your opponent's hand and discard one of the side-decked cards, like, for example, your Lightning Storm or, Twin Twister, Harpy's Feather Duster, evenly matched, to take a look at your opponent's hand and pick away or discard that, the potential game-winning card. But It didn't came up this weekend.
You didn't want to get hand-looped by the Dragon Link deck, so you hand-looped them yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the wildcard Jinzo in there as well.
Yeah, Jinzo is... I was like, well, together with Twin Twister, like back row decks, but Jinzo it's probably going to get dropped in favor of Harpy's Feather Duster. Okay,
makes sense. For more anti-back row.
Yeah, indeed. And Mystic Mine. I was really scary about Mystic Mine, so that's why the triple Twin Twister, but having like a Harpy's Feather Duster definitely helps out and pretty much does the same as Jinzo in some way, and is just safer.
Yeah. Then the last March for more protection also makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to drop that. I mean, 1 is fine. It's either 1 or 3, I feel. I mean, 3 because, the guaranteed search. But, I think I never side-decked in a second copy. I think... So 1 is fine. Just 1 in the main deck to search it out of Pantheism or Tenacity. And that's 1 extra space in the extra deck. So I might also put Dark Ruler. Dark Rule no more in the extra deck. Just give me a chance to actually play. But
that's a
difficult
format for that. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, and with Monarchs as well, if you happen to have Dark Rule no more against their big board, then Monarchs, well, it's still very hard because this is not really a deck to that can clean the opponent's board with like maybe 2 cards. Well, Stormfort Erebus maybe, but that's like Stormfort Erebus and
another
like Dark Ruler. Yeah, that's consistency. And if you're playing something like Dragon Link or Infernal One Eyes that can put up Helki and multiple negations, and that doesn't really matter. That you
exactly.
You definitely have to follow a play. While with Monarchs is it's much more risky, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's not the guaranteed that you can clean their board.
Yeah, like what's the point of Dark Rulering a board if you cannot kill them afterwards anyway?
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
And the last card was Escalation, which we already talked about.
Yeah. Again, maybe I should main deck this one. I don't know. Maybe if I find a space, but side deck definitely 1 copy is more than enough.
This is a deck that's well known for bricking, so making it more consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And true. I think I bricked a couple of times, also in the finals, obviously. But that's the deck. That's the big chances of this. Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm happy how the deck performed. It's something that I definitely did not expect, right? I mean, one match and then on Saturday, then do some other stuff. But it kept going well.
I like that you're saying that because that's exactly how I know you. Like play a couple of rounds, have some fun, and then just go.
But this time it really went well. So
exactly. So I assume Konami reached out to you to play in the remote duel event, and were you excited or ready or hyped to go?
Yeah. It was actually the first time, for the remote duels, and that's the thing that caught me during playing in like these matches, is it gives you like an extra stress because your equipment, and when the match before you is done, then you have to set up your camera and go access a link and so on. So there are many things that might go wrong, like a good Wi-Fi connection. So all those things could get on your nerves. And not only playing and knowing that a lot of people that they are watching your match. So that was the thing I was fearing the most.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure of things going correctly.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, if I remember, I forgot Aether's effect, like sending 2 away. in match 2, I think, or match 3, not sure. But I mean that's because of that. You're so focused on everything that you're just forgetting like the most
the actual game.
Yeah.
Okay. So when is the actual last time you've participated in tournaments?
It was the YCS, like before COVID.
Utrecht, was that right?
Yeah, Utrecht. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Utrecht. Yes, that was the last one, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, as soon as COVID started, no YCSs, no Euros, everything was booked. But no.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm missing it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to the point where Konami is, like re-announcing their YCSs or competitive play, but I fear that it's going to take a long while.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
So we all know you from playing the decks online. You're basically the first person in Europe, as I know of, that starts to play the decks and works them out and builds decks, and kind of the skeleton build for everyone. So were you prepared for this format? Did you kind of know what was going to happen?
Yeah, a little. I mean, there are like the online tournaments that like the metagame breakdowns I always do.
Yes.
That keeps me on point. So I was kind of feeling comfortable, even though, I mean, Domain Monarchs is not like the best deck, far from being the best deck. But the fact that it first of all got Pantheism back, and second that Domain and Vanity's Fiend are just like game-winning cards, and seeing that many lists weren't like maining or side-decking Lightning Storm, for example.
Yeah.
Like one of the few, I eventually felt comfortable and picking Domain. Even though I was definitely expecting a lot of Dragonlings, Infernal One Knights, hopefully not too many invoked. Dinosaurs immediately as a first matchup definitely hurt, but Stormfort is sweet against Dinosaurs.
Exactly.
It works. So yeah, I mean, I felt comfortable. I felt prepared. Because again, the format is straightforward. I mean, dice roll, you win, you lose, but that counts for other decks as well. The dice roll is again so important because the format is just too fast.
Exactly. It was kind of interesting to see, though, that the remote duels that went on in America and the remote duel 1 were played by so many interesting decks. And this remote duel is already kind of known for being the Dragonlink mirror. But then Monarch gets second place, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's something different. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, if you would have asked me before, I would have said no, never. No way that this. No, never. But that's the beauty. Yeah,
exactly.
Beauty. I mean, Domain and Vanity's Fiend. Go ahead.
Beauty.
But, yeah, beauty.
No, I agree. It's YGO. Everything can happen. That's what we love about the game.
Yeah.
It is a question though. Were you, or what do you think of the current meta? Do you think YGO right now is in a good place?
I feel a bit. Well, I mean, the ban list was good, but imagine that, or if Helgi and or Linkross would also have been banned, I think our format was quite good. I mean, obviously, I might miss things, and players would come up with other shenanigans, cards or combos, but I mean, like looking at it from like my perspective, I feel that, let's say, if we take away Helgi, Linkross, Isolde maybe, and Smoke Grenades. Smoke Grenade. I feel that the format is actually quite okay. But again, I might be wrong. I mean, imagine that next week we have a ban list and Helgi gets banned, Linkross gets banned. That's it. I mean, for sure, there might be other decks that can do ridiculous stuff, but the power creep of 2020, and that's what I feel with the Cross Balanced Cup as well, is the power creep is for 2020 compared to other years is really high, because like Linkross and Helgi just do so much for any deck.
Exactly. One thing that Rafael Nevin said to me, we've known in Unbreakable boards previously, but we've gotten the tools to deal with that. But the big thing for me as well is that Smoke Grenade is basically unfair, because ending on like a fair board with like negates, you can just Dark Ruler that, but you cannot out a Smoke Grenade.
Yeah, and that's the same for the Buster Lock, right? I mean, a lot of decks are pretty much, and Dark Ruler no more doesn't hit that, so that's like back when Adamantipator and Eldritch were like the two big decks. I mean, it counts for now as well. But yeah, the current format feels it's
interesting.
Interesting, but the power creep is a little too high, and that's the thing when you're testing new cards, like new from the OCG, and you're playing against like TCG decks. You feel that, man, if I'm going second, I need my standard triple Nibiru, triple Impermanence, triple Ash Blossom, triple Dark Ruler. That most of the time those are like the first cards that are going in like an empty list, and then okay, let's see what the new cards do.
That's makes sense.
That. It's okay. It's a necessary evil, but the power level is far too high in 2020.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see that Monarchs actually got to the final.
Yes, that still baffles me.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be like a thing that if the same tournament would have happened tomorrow, would you expect the same results?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh well. Another question that I wanted to ask. Was this the only deck you were going to run for the tournament, or did you have any other plans?
Nope, no question. No, 100% sure. Especially with triple pantheism. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know that it is your favorite deck of all time. It is, right? It is your favorite deck of all time.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I've been playing in Monarchs since like 2005 or 6, right after the code format, where Soul Control, like Soul Exchange Testalos. And ever since I've been playing like Monarchs. Yeah, I mean, especially with the structure deck and Pantheism back at 3, and seeing how Domain was like still good in today's format. The Fiend's doing well. It was an easy pick, even though the dice roll. Most of the time, I lose my dice rolls in tournaments. So,
oh really?
Yeah.
You were just winning everything, and after that, you just won the game. So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing to see that the strategy worked. All right. The last question I had, and then we will wrap things up, is you've been doing this for quite a long time, and I know that back in the day you've played frequently. And nowadays you don't really go to locals or to tournaments. You go to the YCSs, of course. How long do you see yourself in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene?
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the new releases every now and then. I have no clue. I mean, I stopped going to locals like some years ago, but that was due to like work, like family and so on, like other sports. It's just I can't fit everything in, but for now, I need to find the healthy balance between like the game, the hobbies, family, school, work, and so on. So
exactly,
for me, it's hard to answer that. I can't really say like how many years still. No
exactly.
Clue.
But you are definitely here to stay for now.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy hearing that answer, because I always found it interesting that you don't go to tournaments, but you do have all these videos of very difficult, intriguing combos, and they are always ready at the launch. And I always wonder, how do you get all this Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge? Where does it come from?
Yeah, it's but yeah, like when the new support is released in like on like Facebook, it's always in the morning when new cards are released, and I see on Facebook, and always I'm like, damn, new cards, and Edo Pro always updates like maybe in the evening, so then it's like, okay, it's 10 p.m. Okay, let's try it out, let's test. Sometimes some decks are easy, but some decks are really difficult, and
exactly.
Yeah, it's a small struggle sometimes, because you want to have them up as soon as possible. Yeah, that's, I guess, a choice you make.
Yeah, I always see your videos like the day cards were announced, and it's always super insane that the amount of work and effort you put in there for that.
Always appreciate it.
So one other thing I saw, then we'll wrap it up, promise. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that you actively playtest with only one other person, right?
That's correct.
So where does 2 other persons? Okay.
2 people.
Because I saw on the Cross Bandits Cup a lot of comments like, how do these people always know how to play out all these decks?
One of them is both actually. We started in 2004, somewhere like that. we went to like the local markets. It's like a rommelmarkt we call in Dutch. Like stuff to buy cards, trade cards, and both of them, like started with me, and they actually know like most older decks as well. And for me, that's also the easiest. I remember when I was like back in dueling book days, when a new support was released. That was like years ago, and you were like testing online, and dueling book was really slow. When you actually got like 1 or 2 games, it was like the next day or maybe like a couple of days after, because it was so slow. So that's why I ask, and then you're sure that you're playing against meta decks, and not per se people who know the current top tier decks or combos. But I mean, for me, that's okay, sometimes misplays, but yeah, I mean that's part of the game. For me, the most important thing is that I can like showcase the new cards in some hopefully good way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a representative way.
Yeah, indeed, against like current tier decks, like current TCG decks.
Yeah. That's what I always like, that you don't only post the videos of the decks winning, but you also post the videos of the decks losing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's sometimes it depends on like which deck and matchup, but and that's a problem with today's format, is that most of my games are, I think, when I'm going first, because that's a problem if you're going second against healthy deck. Yeah. Enjoy, like, okay, you're trying to showcase something, but going second against Appaloosa, triple negates, 5 omni negations, whatever, double hand trap, you can't showcase anything.
Yeah, that's cool to see that seep through into your contents as well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Bring out a ban list for Lithium to make better videos.
Make the format slower.
Okay.
Help, but
you want to have a tier 0 Monarch format again. I gotcha.
Not that, but I mean, OCG is much slower. OCG format.
Yeah, exactly. Maxi. All right. So thank you for your time. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, thank you for having me. It was a blast.
Exactly. Thank you for answering my questions, and it has been a wild adventure for you this weekend.
A long adventure.
A long adventure, exactly. All right, so I am sure that we'll see you in the next invitation. Maybe I'll be there to join you.
Who knows? Okay.
Who knows? Thank you for your time, and we will see you guys later. Bye, guys.
See you.